Have you ever thought about what happens after you leave a narcissist? What do they think when they know they can't control you anymore? You already know that narcissists love power, control, and keeping you under their rule if you've ever been manipulated by one. The things that make them angry, hurt, or emotional are fuel for them. However, what do you do when you have had enough? What happens if you break away and don't want to play their game anymore? Actually, what happened next is something they didn't expect, and it's a lot worse than they'd ever say. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. What really happens when you leave a narcissist and take back your power? If you've ever been with a narcissist, whether it was a friend, family member, or love partner, you know how hard it can be to leave. They make you doubt yourself, question reality, and sometimes feel bad about wanting to leave. Narcissists, on the other hand, base their whole sense of self on the idea that they are in charge. As soon as you get away from them, their neatly made illusion starts to fall apart. That's where things get really interesting. For those of you who are having a hard time deciding to leave, thinking if now is the right time, or being scared about what might happen next, know this: you are not alone. In spite of how hard it is, leaving a narcissist is one of the best things you can do for yourself. For those who have already left, you may be thinking what's going on behind the scenes. What is the narcissist going through now that you're not there to give them attention, approval, or emotional responses? Believe me, the way they respond to being left behind tells you a lot more than you might think. That's why you need to watch this whole movie. We are going to reveal shocking facts about how narcissists behave when they are left alone, including why it makes them spiral, and why it's so hard for them to accept. In the end, it becomes their worst nightmare, while it becomes your greatest victory. Now is the time to look at the bigger picture, and realize that leaving doesn't just mean getting away from them. It means taking back your peace, your strength, and your sense of self-worth. We're about to have an interesting conversation. But first I need to ask you a quick favor. Don't forget to like this video if you're interested in what we're about to talk about and think it's useful. It makes the word easier to find for more people. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos that go into more detail about healing, empowering yourself, and getting out of bad situations. Also, send this movie to someone you know who is having trouble with the narcissist right now. It might be just what they need to wake up. Let's start right now. What does a narcissist do when they know you're really gone? Let's find out. It's pure overwhelming fear that comes over you as soon as you finally leave a narcissist. When people are mentally healthy, they don't feel this sad or disappointed after a breakup or separation. This is a much deeper, stronger feeling. Any kind of disappointment is too much for narcissists to handle. Being left behind hurts them a lot. It's like the fake world they've built around themselves falling apart. They think they are strong, important, and in charge all the time. But as soon as you leave, that image is broken. For them, losing control over you means losing control over their whole world. And when they realize this, they go through a full-on panic. This fear might not be clear to you at first. Don't believe them when they say they don't care or act like they don't care. It's all an act. Inside, they're frantically trying to figure out how they lost control of you. This fear doesn't come from love or real loss. It comes from the terror of not being able to control and influence others anymore. They get their identity from being able to control other people. And they don't know what to do when that power goes away. But this fear doesn't last long. It quickly turns into anger, which is much more dangerous. Narcissists hate it when they feel helpless. They see your choice to leave as more than just a way to protect yourself. It's an insult to their pride. Even though they were the ones who hurt you, they see it as a personal betrayal. They can't stand the thought of someone like you, someone they thought they had full power over, leaving them. That's when they get angry. From this point on, they may start telling lies about you to make themselves look like the bad guys. They might act like a victim and tell everyone that you hurt them. They could also go on the attack and start smear campaigns, talk badly about you to friends you both have, or even try to ruin parts of your life. It's not justice or closure that's important here. It's payback. They will do anything to make you feel bad about going, even if it hurts you. They are only interested in feeling better about themselves and don't care about how you feel or your health. If they can't take that away from you by controlling you, they'll make your life hard. After that comes the trickery. When they're angry, they might be mean at first, but when that doesn't work, they try something else. All of a sudden, they'll be the most sorry person you've ever seen. It will be impossible to stop them from messaging you, pleading for another chance, and saying they've changed. Someone could bring flowers to your door, write you a long letter telling you how much they love you, or even say they've had a deep personal awakening. They'll say all the things you used to wish they would say to try to make you feel bad. But here's the truth, it's all fake. They won't change and haven't changed. They're not sorry for what they did, but they are sorry that they couldn't keep you alive. Their remorse is just another trick they use to get you to trust them again. The circle starts all over again if you give up or go back. They'll be nice, loving, and there at first. But the same trickery, mistreatment, and harmful behaviors will happen again as soon as they feel safe in their power. It's never about love. Power is always at stake. This is why a lot of people find it hard to stay away. The narcissist knows how to play with your feelings, make you question yourself, and make you feel bad about leaving. They make you wonder if you were too tough, if you made the right choice, and if you should give them another chance. You know the answer though. You understand that going back won't change anything. You know that the peace you felt after leaving is more valuable than any lie they could tell you. The narcissist turns to harm if manipulation doesn't work. Once they understand they can't control you anymore, they will think very differently. As long as they can't get you to follow their rules, they'll do everything they can to make sure no one else does either. It's not about love, longing, or sadness. It's about getting what they want, getting back at them, and showing themselves that they still have control over your life. At this point, they will do anything to ruin your happiness. When a narcissist feels like they are losing control over you, one of the first things they will do is attack your image. This is one of their favorite tricks, because it lets them change how other people see you, without having to talk to you directly. They might start by telling close friends, family, or coworkers about you gossip, twisted truths, or even outright lies. Their only goal is to make you look like the bad guy, while they act like the powerless fool. People around them need to believe that they were wronged, that they are innocent, and that you broke up the relationship. They think that if they can't keep you under control, they can still decide how other people see you. They could make up stories about how unstable or ungrateful you were to make you sound crazy or mean. They could change real events so much that they are no longer recognizable, or they could make up whole situations that never happened. It's not about telling the truth for them. It's about managing the story. The thing they fear most is losing control of you. They feel strong as long as they can make other people hate you. But they don't just try to hurt people's reputations. They will start getting involved in your personal life if ruining your name isn't enough for them. They don't just want to hurt your reputation. They also want you to feel alone, trapped, and ignored. They will work behind the scenes to hurt your friendships by making people around you question and mistrust you. If they want your best friends to turn against you, they might tell them lies about you. Even worse, they might try to cause trouble between you and your family to make it look like you are the one who is making things worse. If you're no longer seeing them personally, they may act even worse. If you're happy with someone else, a narcissist can't stand it. Not because they want you back, but because they don't want to lose control of you. They could send your new partner unwanted texts or make vague threats. They might try to make them doubt you by making them think about a relationship you had in the past, or about who you are. Sometimes, they'll even try to get back into your life by showing up out of the blue, or calling you up under the guise of wanting closure, all to cause trouble. They love making trouble, and it hurts them to see you at peace without them. Some narcissists will go even further to hurt you emotionally if that isn't enough. They will use the law, threats of money, or anything else they can think of to make your life as hard as possible. They could try to fire you, sue you, or start fights that aren't necessary and drain your mental, emotional, and financial resources. During this time, things can get very stressful, but remember that their actions aren't based on strength but on fear. For narcissists, losing power over someone they used to control is the worst thing that can happen. When they understand they can't control you anymore, they freak out. That's when they turn to desperate actions. They try to cause trouble because they want you to respond and get caught in their web. Their power over you starts to fade when you stay strong and don't give in. They act out not because they are strong, but because they are afraid of being forgotten. You can say, "I'm breaking free," to say that you are no longer under their direction and are taking control of your life. But now things get interesting. Over time, the narcissist learns that you're not going back, no matter what they do. They start to notice that their usual strategies aren't working, and that you're not responding the way they thought you would. And they get tired in the end. They begin to look for a new source of material at this point. They can't do anything without someone to control, someone to boost their ego, or someone to use for their own mental needs. So they don't keep fighting you forever. They move their attention to someone else. At first, it might hurt to see them go. Making it look like they're truly happy with someone new is something they will do anything to do. They'll post a lot of pictures on social media with long, emotional notes about how they finally found the one, and act like nothing has changed. They need you to see it. They want you to be interested. They want you to think about who you are. They want you to ask yourself, was it my fault? It's possible that I was too harsh. It's possible that they have changed. But don't believe it. Everything is a trick. The narcissist hasn't changed. They're just going through the same bad loop with someone else. They are sending love bombs to a new person, just like they did to you. And that person will see the truth in the end, just like you. It's only a matter of time before the mask comes off, and the cycle of control, manipulation, and damage starts all over again. At the same time, amazing things start to happen to you. Your mind gets clearer the longer you stay away. You start to see how much they influenced you, as the emotional fog that kept you trapped starts to lift. You see the red flags that you used to avoid. You know what games they played. The most important thing is that you start to feel like yourself again. Here is where real healing starts. Something changes in the narcissist's life as you fix yours. There is a feeling that they no longer have power over you. They're scared of losing their power more than losing you. They start to worry again when you don't respond to them, or care about what they say or do. It scares narcissists more than anything to see you do well without them. Your success, happiness, and the fact that you can move on are the best proof that they don't matter anymore. In the end, not fighting back is better than fighting back. It's not trying to get them in trouble, fighting, or getting involved in their drama. To get even, keep quiet. You decide not to give them any more of your energy. You win when you really walk away. Narcissists are afraid of being ignored, as well as being left alone. And they stop being important as soon as you don't need them, notice them, or even think about them. Know this, you are not alone if you've made it this far. Not only is leaving a narcissist a brave thing to do, it's also a statement of self-worth. It's one of the hardest things you can do, but it's also one of the freeing things you can do. It means giving up power over your life and breaking free from manipulation. It's not always easy to get to freedom. There are times when you might not be sure you made the right choice. Remember good times and feel doubt. Keep going though. Every step away from toxic people is a step toward peace, understanding, and a future where their games don't hold you back. I want to hear from you now. Have you ever left a narcissist? In what way did they react? Did they try to pull you back in? Or did they fall apart without fuel from you? Tell us about your experience in the comments. It might help someone else see that they are not alone on this path. Also, if this message spoke to you, please like, follow, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Every person who gets away from a narcissist shows that it is possible to heal, that you can become strong, and that no one should have to live in the shadow of trickery. Remember that your freedom is your most powerful tool. Until next time, stay strong, alert, and free.